Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. All right, and welcome. This is the Inside Edge Network. This is the Tuesday version of Inside Edge Primetime. Looks a little bit different than you're used to. I'm your host. I'm Chad Bryan. Had a little back and forth plan with my man Eli Moon, but he had something come up. He was unable to make it. So you got me tonight. That's what it is. You got me. It's about a little after 10. Just trying to settle in here and kind of get used to everything. What's going on? The Guardians. How about the Guardians today? Anybody watch the Guardians game? They walked off. Brian Rocchio brought in CJ Kafis in the bottom of the ninth. So I don't know. Despite the lack of offense from Cleveland so far, I don't know. They're doing just enough to get it done. Win another one against the Royals today. So it's not so bad. Got a series against my Braves coming up. I don't know. I don't know if I'm worried about the Guardians or I'm worried about the Browns. I'm not sure how to feel about that series, to be honest with you. It's down in Atlanta. I'm going to try to catch it. To be honest with you, I haven't paid for any of the streaming services yet. It annoys me that it's not like the old days, right? You can't just throw on TBS and watch the Braves anytime you want. Can't just go, local TV, watch the Guardians. I don't know. It's just, do you guys, do you like the streaming? Do you like the old way? I mean, just the Cubs on WGN all the time. Sometimes you catch the White Sox on there. I don't know. Maybe I just sound old. Maybe I'm an old man. We talked about it yesterday. I'm 46 years old. I kept saying it. It doesn't matter. But I don't know. So the Guardians walk it off today. Not too much to talk about. Like I said, just a 2-1 win. We can get into some of the box score stuff. Gavin Williams looked pretty good again, 5 2/3. Gave up just one hit. Struck out 8, but again with Williams, I mean, he's got to cut down on the walks a little bit. Walked 5 batters today, so I don't know if that concerns you at all going forward. I mean, it's cold. It was really, really cold today. I was driving by a high school baseball field and I saw they had a game, and I remembered how bad it felt to hit a ball on a cold day, on like a 30-degree day. So I don't know. Maybe not the day to blame the offense for not getting it going. But yeah, Gavin Williams with 5 walks. Don't know if that concerns you at all. I don't know. Did the same thing as last start. But regardless, the Guardians win it 2-1. What else are we going to talk about today? We got to it's almost the end of the NBA season, and I want to talk about the Cavs in a little bit. I want to talk about they're pretty much a lock to play the Hawks in the first round of the playoffs right now. I don't know if that's I don't know what you want. I've heard a lot of talk about the Cavs would be better off playing this team, avoiding that team, whatever. I don't think it really matters. I think you have to beat some really good basketball teams to get to the NBA Finals. It's not going to matter the path that you take or who you avoid in the second round versus the Eastern Conference Finals or whatever else. I don't know that I really buy into the fact that there is an easy path, right? These are professional basketball players. Health is a concern. It's going to be a concern for the Cavs. It doesn't matter who they play. Atlanta in the first round. What do you get? Boston, sooner than later or later. It doesn't matter. If they're not healthy, they're going to have some issues. So I wanted to ask Eli how he felt about the Cavs' health going into the playoffs, but we will hold that for tomorrow night. We'll have that discussion tomorrow. Let me take a quick break. Let me take a break before I get into I don't know. We got some other stuff. I got to talk about the Browns. There are Browns rumors that I keep, so much smoke comes up this time of year, right? For the NFL draft. You don't know what's real, what's fake, who's interested in who's meeting with who interviews poorly, who interviews great, whatever. Do they even do the Wonderlic test anymore? Do they have a different thing? I don't even know. But you hear so many rumors, and I heard a Browns rumor that I got a little bit of, I guess, I don't know if it's stress or anxiety off my chest with the Browns. I didn't really want to get into the Browns too much tonight. Didn't really want to discuss draft stuff right now. But I read an article a little bit ago that concerns me. If this is truly the way the Browns are thinking, it's not just a smokescreen for the draft and for, I don't know, trying to, who knows, make a pick look more valuable. It concerns me if the Browns are still feeling this way. And I just wonder how you guys feel about it. I mean, does it? We'll get into it. I don't want to ruin your night so soon. So let's take a quick break. Like I said, I'll give you about 5 minutes. I'll be back, and we'll talk some unfortunate Browns rumors. Whether you're searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and player. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, but you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. All right. Welcome back in. So before the break, talked about some Browns rumors, and it just I wouldn't say it worries me. Okay, so here I'm a little bit older. Okay, I watched the Browns in the '80s. I watched Bernie Kosar. I watched the Browns, get to the AFC Championship game multiple times. Right. I lived through the drive. I lived through the fumble. I lived through all of that stuff, and I said, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not going to associate myself. That was painful. I'm not doing it. So when the Browns moved away, I finally was able to kind of peel myself away because there were no the Browns were no more, right? Couldn't root for the Browns. They weren't there. So I kind of gravitated toward the Raiders a little bit. I said, you know what? No one can accuse me of being a front runner if I root for the Raiders. That's fair, right? They were terrible at the time. They ended up going to a Super Bowl and kind of losing embarrassingly, I think. They had traded their head coach, didn't change any calls, terminology, signs, anything. So in that Super Bowl against Tampa Bay, about halfway through, coaching staff figured out what was going on. Raiders were toast, and it looked like you could tell on the field it was not good. It was Browns-esque, other than the fact that it happened in the Super Bowl, which obviously we have not seen yet out of our Browns. But I told myself I would never ever get that involved with the Browns again or another team. I was bitter, and I moved up here. I moved to the Cleveland area, and you just kind of start to gravitate toward the Browns. And I thought, you know what, it's a good time to switch again. The Raiders are terrible. The Browns are terrible. Again, you can't accuse me of being a front runner. So I made the switch back to the Browns because I'm here, right? I'm Cleveland. Might as well root for the Browns and watch them every Sunday. And I say every Sunday because it's not often that they get the Thursday game. They don't get any Monday night games. That's not going to happen. So I slowly started to get reinvested into the Browns. And now, I do this. I talk about the Browns. I have to pay attention to them. Whether I like them or not, whether I'm mad at them, whether I'm, happy with what they do, I question their decisions, whatever it is. I still got to watch them. I got to pay attention to them because if you really pay attention, they give you some pretty newsworthy stuff. At least they're entertaining. It may not put a lot of W's on the board, but hopefully we're getting that turned around. So the draft is coming up, and we've been talking about it. We'll get to the Sunday Sports Show. We're gonna do we'll go over our mock drafts coming up here, leading up to the draft, just to maybe to let you guys know where our heads at, and you can yell at us and say, "How could you not take so?" Wait, it doesn't matter. We'll talk about that when we get to it. But I'm hearing rumors now that the Browns like Utah offensive lineman Spencer Fano. He's a right tackle. And there are thoughts that if the Browns were to take him at 6 or wherever, that they would move him possibly. Stop me if you've heard this before. From right tackle to left tackle. Okay. Do you remember Jedrick Wills? That experiment that failed here once. It makes me we're sliding right tackles over to left tackle like it's our job. It hasn't worked. DeJuan Jones moved over, did okay, got hurt, whatever, couldn't stay on the field. That's not necessarily a failure at the position, but it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth to hear that with all the talent on the board, all that I know the Browns have a good whatever, they need help on the offense, but We've talked about it. Maybe this isn't the year to stack up on offense. Maybe this is the year to even strengthen the defense a little bit further. It appears that Myles Garrett is staying put so far. All the signs point to that not being the case, but he's still here. He's here for now. So you can strengthen the defense. You can do whatever. Carnell Tate's there. Any number of receivers. Anyone's there at 6. And we're talking about moving a right tackle to a left tackle with the first round pick. And that, like I said, that experiment has failed before. I don't want to see that again. I'd rather take a shot on a receiver and say, hey, maybe the offense doesn't blossom until whatever, 2027, 2028, whatever it is. Give guys time to develop together. We're talking about Ty Simpson at 6. I mean, there are all kinds of crazy rumors flying around, and I don't think Ty Simpson's a bad guy. He may not even be a bad quarterback. I just think adding another young quarterback to this team now, I don't know. I can't envision a quarterback room with a guy who hasn't played in I don't know how long, meaningful football in 7 years. He's played a few games here and there for the Browns and looked okay once or twice. He's got a lot of money coming to him, so I get the prevailing thought from ownership that, hey, let's get our money's worth. But I mean, are you, if you go 2-15 with the guy at the quarterback, are you getting your money's worth? Is that even? I don't know. You've got 2 second-year guys, Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel. We don't know what's going to come of them. Shedeur Sanders is in the building every day, and no one's apparently seen Dylan Gabriel. I don't know what that's about. Whatever. Maybe one guy's more engaged than the other. Fine, I get it. It was a weird year last year. So now you're telling me that we're going to add another rookie quarterback to that mix. That room is going to consist of nobody with over, 10, 12 games of experience in the actual NFL over the last 3 seasons. I don't know if that makes me very comfortable. And I get it. We talk about all the time on this network. Eli and I say, and I've said it on the Sunday Sports Show, that this probably isn't the year for the Browns to win, right? We're not looking for the Browns to instantly turn it around and go 12-5 and, win the division and return to the glory days of the AFC championship games and whatever else. If they do, that's great. I don't see that coming. I don't see the roster, being, improved that much to make me think that, they're going to go from 5-12 to 12-5. That would be a huge turnaround. The NFL is built for parity. We know that. The Browns just don't ever really seem to do a good job of taking advantage of that system for whatever reason. And it makes you wonder, who makes those decisions? Why are those decisions being made? We blamed Paul DePodesta for a long time for the analytics part of it. He's gone now. I saw someone post the other day that, Todd Monken would be reporting directly to Andrew Berry. So now, finally, the Browns have a whole franchise that's GM central, right? It's run by the GM. But, I mean, I think everybody knows that Jimmy Haslam's going to run this, right? Andrew Berry's not going to make those final decisions when it comes down to it. I'm sure he'll be, given some decision-making capacity, but we all know when there's a questionable decision, where do we all go? We all blame Jimmy Haslam. It's what we do. So I think until that changes, and maybe we're totally wrong. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe it's been Andrew Berry and all the GMs all along, but it seems like there's a pattern, right? So what hasn't changed? The ownership. I think it's the easy thing to do to blame it on Jimmy Haslam. You make rash decisions, and the trade for Deshaun Watson was a nightmare. And we've gone from, excitement from some people. Some people were, obviously morally against Watson for good reason. We don't know exactly what's going on there, but I think a lot of people felt a certain way, and that's, it's certainly understandable. But we've gone from that excitement of a big trade to like, oh, it's him. Okay, well, all right. Hasn't really played in 2 years, and he came here and didn't look good, right? Injured. It didn't go well. We've gone from that to our owner admitting that it was a swing and a miss, that they tried something and it didn't work out. Swing and a miss, right? We're gonna go back to the drawing board. And now fast forward to, we're in the middle of the offseason coming up on the draft, and well, wait a minute. We might be able to redeem the swing and miss. Maybe, I don't know. We asked for the replay and it was a foul ball. We didn't strike out, right? Now we have a chance to maybe get on base with it. I don't know. I just feel like a team with Deshaun Watson as the starter makes me uncomfortable. I don't know about Dylan Gabriel. I mean, I suppose, you can progress. I don't know if he's not in the building. I'm not sure how much, real ground he can gain. Shador Sanders seems to be all in. He's in the building almost every day, according to Todd Monken. I mean, that's great. I don't know exactly what he's doing, if he's just throwing or I don't know. Who knows? But he's there, I guess, and that's the point. He's engaged and he's into it mentally, physically. He's actually into it. That makes me feel comfortable. Yeah, he looked really bad at times last year. Let's be honest. But he also had flashes where I thought he looked like he could be better than Dylan Gabriel. The vertical game certainly was better than Gabriel's. Gabriel had a little trouble throwing the ball down the field. Sanders didn't. I think that was the biggest difference for me, is that you could see a Browns offense that was on the cusp, I guess, of being able to push the ball down the field. They had some offensive line challenges. We know that. Injuries and age and just, that offensive line was decimated last year. They didn't play well at all. Nearly last in the league. Receivers weren't great. A lot of drop passes the last 2 seasons overall. And guys just, I think the offense was, maybe they were just out of time, out of tune. I'm not really sure what it was. It just didn't look good, right? Nobody was really working together with each other well. And when the offensive line breaks down immediately, there's not much an offense can do to move the football. So it's hard to blame the quarterback. He showed flashes. I get it. A lot of people want to move on already. I'm not sure that that's the right decision. I don't think taking Ty Simpson at 6 is a good decision. I don't think taking a right tackle and trying to move him to the left side at 6 is a good decision. Let's just stick with, what your gut tells you. I mean, for once, trust the eye test. The Browns are so enamored with being, somehow they want to be the smartest guy in the room. Sometimes you can't overthink these things. You have 2 first-round picks, and you just take the best guys that are available, right? Or do you? I mean, do you try to fill holes? I mean, what's the philosophy? I guess stop trying to move right tackles to left tackles. It's like taking a tight end and trying to make him a wide receiver. It feels off to me. And maybe it's because it hasn't worked here. Maybe Spencer Fano is the guy that can do it. I don't know. Maybe he would be the one guy that, hey, he's got great footwork. He can seamlessly go from the right to the left. We'll never even know. And then we'll all be saying, it'll be revisionist history. I'll say on the show, I said I loved that pick and I loved moving him to the left side. I won't say that. I'll admit to it. I will happily be wrong. If it means the Browns can finally start winning some games, win this division, get to the playoffs. Dare I even say go to the Super Bowl? It feels weird to say that when you haven't really been, past the second round and with the division round one time since they've been back. But you could dream big, right? I mean, if you're gonna dream, might as well dream big. So I don't know. Does that concern you at all? I mean, do you want to move another right tackle to the left side, or do you take a wide receiver? Do you bolster the defense? Do you take one of these Ohio State guys? I mean, Caleb Downs, Arvell Reese, anybody? I mean, I don't know. It becomes harder and harder. I think the more I look into it, the more I look into mock drafts, and the more I read profiles and try to watch as much, video as I can. I'm tempted to say film. And I'm not like, I'm not in the film room, like watching film. I'm just watching videos on my phone. And it's really even hard to glean because, you're seeing guys' highlights, you're not seeing a lot of you don't see a lot of plays where they get beat or where they just, whatever. So yeah, every guy looks good when you watch all of his highlights. I mean, of course. So really I guess you have to go back and watch the games and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who I want the Browns to take. I don't know if I trust the Browns to even make the decision anymore. It's like, are you allowed to ask another team to draft for you? Like, hey, who would you pick in this situation? If you were us, who would you take? And the Jets would go, hey, we would take this guy. And okay, well, the Jets haven't really been so good in the draft. Let's ask the Giants. And the Giants say, you just get like a conglomerate opinion of who. I don't think anybody's going to help us out. We can dream all we want. That's not going to happen. But so I don't know if you're concerned with that at all. If you trust Andrew Berry, apparently we're a GM centric franchise now. We're run by the GM. So I don't know if that means Jimmy Haslam is saying, hey, I'm going to take my hands out of it. I'm done. I'm going to stay on the outside. And I'm the money guy and Andrew Berry's the football guy. I think that would be good, but I don't know. I mean, do we trust Andrew Berry? The draft last year was good at times, right? I think we saw that First round pick. I mean, okay, we did okay, but we also took two quarterbacks. I think we reached for Dylan Gabriel. Uh, Shador Sanders in the fifth round to add to that mix was, I don't know, it was weird to me. I mean, I don't mind Shador. I don't mind whatever. I guess the insurance policy says if no quarterback works out, take a bunch of quarterbacks. But it's hard to get guys work. I mean, two rookies at the same time. It's we how much did we talk about the practice time last year? I mean, Shador Sanders was supposedly at Baldwin Wallace throwing to ball boys over there. Um, no time with the ones at all until they I don't know. It was like an emergency, right? They had to call him into the game. And then finally that week, he got some time with the ones. And I think that's just odd to put yourself in. And now if the Browns were to take Ty Simpson at 6 or another quarterback or whatever, they'd be putting themselves, by the way, back in that situation where you've got all these guys that need reps, that need time, that need, to run with the ones. And you can't do it. We still ask. I mean, we've been asking Todd Monken about it. You've seen all the questions about, splitting up quarterback reps and snaps and this and that. It's just, you don't get as much practice time as you think. I think in the NFL, and to have that many young guys at such an important position in the NFL is, it's a scary prospect for me. So I don't know. Maybe this is the year you bolster the defense. Everyone says the draft is so much deeper. Next year, you never know with NIL. Certain guys can stay. I mean, Dante Moore surprised us this year and went back to Oregon, which they've got a mess there now with he and Dylan Raiola. I don't know what that roster is going to look like or what's going to happen there, but it's going to be interesting come fall. So I don't know. I just don't know if I trust the Browns to make the right decision. I feel like the more I think it, the more I feel like I'm overthinking it. Like I'm trying to be the smartest guy in the room, but it's like, just take the best guy that's there. If you like Carnell Tate and you think he can turn the offense around within a 5-year rookie contract, take him, right? If you're going to actually build the offense and do what you have to do and put players around a quarterback, let him develop, then yeah, let's start building the offense. If you want to bolster the defense and wait until next year, sure. I mean, I'm just at a point where whatever they do, I feel like we're all going to second guess it. It's going to be very polarizing. No one's going to agree on it anyway. And that's just the nature of these things. I mean, we're all not going to, half of us want a wide receiver, a third of us want a safety. I don't know. Another third of us want a linebacker and another third of us want a left tackle, right? Not a right tackle. Don't move him over. Just take a left tackle and stick him where he goes. But yeah, we're never going to agree on that stuff anyway. So it's going to be polarizing either way. Whatever they do, we're still going to argue it until the end of time or until they win a Super Bowl. And then we can say, hey, look, they finally are the smartest guys in the room. They got it done. Like I said, I can dream, right? I can dream. Unfortunately, I have to wake up. So let me take another break. I'm going to come back. It's Tuesday, so it's time for, of course, our Tuesday top 5. Won't be the same without my buddy Eli, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to bring you the Tuesday top 5. I got a pretty good one this week. It's it's about a way to pass time when you're I don't know, in the middle of a certain event, and we'll get to that after the break. Like I said, give me about 5 minutes here on the Inside Edge Network. I'll be right back with more Inside Edge Primetime in the Tuesday top 5. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Ryan and Hallie Mosser. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio, but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at mossermomentsphotography.com. All right, and welcome back. I am Chad Bryan. This is Inside Edge Prime Time. I'm Chad Bryan. There's a black screen for a moment there. Welcome back. Like I said, it's Tuesday, so we want to talk about. Of course, we got to do the Tuesday top five, but first, I want to talk to you guys. Wait, let's talk schedule. Let's just see what we have going on this week on the Inside Edge Network, or this month, really. Not even this week, it's this month. Of course. Well, this weekend's going to look a little bit different. We've got some things, some logistics going on this weekend. We're figuring that. I guess that's going to be figured out on the fly. So we'll get back to you with more information as we have it on the weekend. But of course, tomorrow night, I believe Anthony Alfred will be back with you on Midnight Run Wednesday night. It's hard to believe we're going to be almost the middle of the week already. I can't believe it's Tuesday. I don't know where Monday went, but I guess that's a good thing. Monday's already gone. I'm not going to. I don't miss it. Of course, Wednesday night at 7:30 tomorrow night, we've got Jersey Chasers with Autumn and Christy. We've got the Voice of the Land on Thursday night at 6. The Commissioner's Couch will follow that up with Ryan Mosser and David Cahoon at 7 p.m. Voice of the Land is with Kevin Arnold and Ryan Mosser. So Friday morning, this is Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast with Kyle Cornell and Anthony Alfred. You see the whole schedule there. And while we're looking at the schedule, I do want to remind you, please, if you could support Mentor High School's 2026 Music Mentor Scholarship Program raffle by donating. And the website is go.rallyup.com. And we need to get a banner typed up for this. I apologize. My apologies for that. But it's go.rallyup.com/music mentors 2026. Music Mentors is a nonprofit booster organization that serves the Mentor Public Schools bands at Memorial Middle School, Shore Middle School, and Mentor High School. The Music Mentors organization consists of parents, teachers, and students working together to promote music in our schools. Music Mentors supports Mentor High School's Fighting Cardinal Marching Band and its 175 students. 100% of the proceeds from this fundraiser will go toward the Music Mentors Scholarship Program, which provides scholarships for our band seniors. So again, that website, go to go.rallyup.com/music mentors 2026 to donate, and you can win some cool prizes at the 2026 Music Mentors Scholarship Program raffle. So there you go. Like I said, it's Tuesday, so we got to do the Tuesday top five. So I searched long and hard for a topic, and I thought, again, now this is a topic that works a little bit better with a co-host, a little more fun to bounce things off your co-host. But like I said, Eli was unavailable. That's okay. I'm going to do the Tuesday top five for you. And this week, I stumbled onto an article about how we pass time doing a certain event and I thought, like, I was reading it and I was like, it's changed so much since. Well, let's just get right into it. It's things to read while you number two pre-smartphone. So what did we do? How did we pass time when we couldn't sit there and I don't know, do whatever we do? Whatever you do, right? This is before Wi-Fi even reached the bathroom, right? Before you could doom scroll, before pretending you just kind of needed a minute turned into like a 45-minute, I don't know, TikTok marathon, just scrolling up and down. There was a darker, more desperate time, right, where we didn't really have the options. A time when your only entertainment was just kind of whatever happened to already be in arm's reach. You were limited. You couldn't get up and walk around, so you became resourceful, right? Uh, a time when reading material wasn't really chosen, right? It was survived. Like you had to survive in the situation. So these are the top 5 things to do to read specifically while you're going number 2 before smartphones. Let's get right into it. There doesn't need to be a whole lot of suspense with this. Listen, number 5 is just it's the back of the shampoo bottle, right? Let's be honest. You've never really been more invested in the phrase lather, rinse, and repeat, right? Like I used to think about that pretty deeply. Like read the bottle, you got nothing else to do. Then when you're just stuck on the toilet with, like I said, you have nothing to do. You got to read this. So suddenly you're analyzing ingredients like a chemist, right? Like, oh yeah, sodium lauryl sulfate or something, whatever. Bold choice, right? I wouldn't have gone there. I would have gone something else. Um, and also bonus points if you rotate between like 3 or 4 different bottles just to kind of spice things up. Like it's, I don't know, bathroom book club, maybe. That doesn't sound very appealing, does it? Let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is just, it's going to be the air freshener can, right? Nothing says captivating literature like warnings written in all caps, right? You start off casually. The next thing you know, you're reading like, it says like, do not puncture or incinerate. It says it right there in the warning. I mean, I wasn't going to, but now I feel like I've been challenged. I don't know. It's, maybe don't do that. Don't puncture or incinerate. They mean that when they say that, by the way. So what would number 3 be? If you've gone through the shampoo bottles, you've got the air freshener can, right? And hopefully there's some left in there. You got to give it a good shake before you, especially if you're somewhere else, right? If you've got to go and you go in there, you're like, okay, what's the situation to make this a little bit better for everybody, right? You give the air freshener a quick shake and, you got to make sure there's some in there. So let's move on to number 3. What could number 3 be? Number 3 is going to be an old magazine from 2007. And how did that? I don't look at these when I put them up there. That's weird that cover. I don't remember that. That's weird. But every bathroom had at least one magazine, right? That had been there since like the Bush administration. You're flipping through like, wow, they thought this guy was going to be the next big thing. Maybe I shouldn't have put myself on the cover of this one now that I'm saying it. But and somehow you always ended up reading the same article every single time. It's just like something you just gravitate toward the same. You're like, I know how this article ends. Why am I doing this? But you got to do what you got to do to pass the time when you're in there and there's nothing else to do. So what is number 2? Number 2 is pretty much just literally anything. When things got really dire, everything became readable. I don't care if it's toothpaste, hand soap, lotion, right? A mysterious bottle with no label, even better, honestly. You start reading, like contains water, glycerin, sodium, something that I can't even really pronounce or spell. It's got 28 letters in it. It's the whole alphabet. And at some point, you're not even reading. You're just sounding out syllables like you're back in first grade, like trying to figure out words. It happens. Desperate times call for desperate measures, right? And desperation turns you into a bathroom scholar. It happens. So the number 1 thing to I guess read while you number 2 pre-smartphone, nothing better than the toilet paper package, right? It might tell you how to work it. There might be directions on there if you look close enough. I don't know. It's the undisputed GOAT. Nothing hits quite like pretending you're comparing ply counts, right? Like it's a luxury purchase. Like, quilted, triple layer, very, very impressive, and just very impressive indeed. You've read the branding, the slogans, the softness guarantee. You even got the Spanish translation going on over there. You figured that out. And at this point, you're not just passing time. You're actually building a relationship with the product. And I think that's important. That's branding right there. And kids today they'll never understand the struggle. They've got their phones, their tablets, their, I don't know, laptops, whatever else they're doing in there. They walk in with all the, unlimited Wi-Fi you could possibly want. Meanwhile, we walked in with hope and left knowing the active ingredients and conditioner. So I don't know, different times, tougher times, more informed times. Dare I say, better times? I don't know. Well, we hope better times are ahead, but at least we don't have to. We don't have to read the shampoo bottles in the bathroom anymore. We've got our phones now, unless you forget to charge it, and then that feels like a tragedy. It feels like you're stuck in there with really no help from humanity. You're cut off from everything, the whole outside world. We're just in there 25 years ago without them. But hey, you get used to it, and it becomes a little bit of a necessity, right? A little bit of a habit. Listen, that's all I've got for you guys. That's about it for this Tuesday on Inside Edge Primetime. I appreciate you sticking with me. I know sometimes it's a little more fun to hear the back and forth or whatever. I wish we need to get a call-in line. We need to have like an 800 number. You can call in or something toll free. We can talk about the Browns moving right tackles over to the left side and drafted 15 quarterbacks in the draft. And I don't know. I mean, I guess if you've got every quarterback in the draft, nothing can go wrong, right? Just develop every single one of them and see, throw it against the wall and see what sticks. Anyway, that's all I've got for you. I do want to take a moment to hear from a couple of our, especially the very first sponsor of our network, our friends at Alley Rose Fragrances. But I do want to hear from a couple of our sponsors, and then we're going to get out of here. So again, I appreciate you guys sticking with me, and we will see you, I guess, tomorrow night. Eli and I should be back on Inside Edge Primetime. So just give me a second. Like I said, we're going to hear from Alley Rose Fragrances.
Hey, I got something to show you guys. Take a look. It is spring. Happy spring to all of you. Take a look at what we have here for you from AlleyRoseFragrances.com. Beautiful spring scent candles here for you. Hand poured with premium fragrance and essential oils. How about this? Our coconut soy wax candles bring fresh, uplifting spring scents to your home. Made with clean, natural ingredients, they're a mindful choice for sensitive spaces and those who love effortless seasonal fragrances. You got to check it out right now. There's the soft bloom and the lemon bar candles, all healthy ingredients, all from AlleyRoseFragrances.com. And if you're a first-time customer, use the promo code InsideEdge20. That's InsideEdge20. Get this for yourself, for your friends, family, everyone. You want a good-smelling home, AlleyRoseFragrances.com will make it happen. Again, AlleyRoseFragrances.com. Get the new spring candles. And when you order, if you're a first-time customer, InsideEdge20 is the promo code.
Clean energy, bold flavors, no jitters. Clean energy, bold flavors, no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Helps you lock in and focus. Over 15 absolute fire flavors to choose from. Visit Dubby.gg and use promo code InsideEdge10.